adventurers to the Crystal Deserts are faced with many obstacles. Not least is the arid landscape that stretches as far as the eye can see. Hosting a plethora of dangers, from native fauna to the wrathful minions of dragon and god, it is imperative that visitors and inhabitants find a way to traverse this challenging terrain. Elonian raptors offer the perfect solution. Not only are they well adapted to desert life, but make wonderfully charismatic companions too. Raptors are a type of saurian, and, like many of their relatives, they are perfectly adapted to live in a hot habitat. Their bodies are covered in scales. They are hard and tough and offer protection from injury, but they also allow less moisture to transpire through the raptor's skin. As such, they are far less likely to become dehydrated, and raptors require smaller amounts of water to survive. In the blistering heat of the Crystal Deserts, oases may be few and far between, so reducing moisture loss is essential. It's not just feeling thirsty that these creatures have to contend with. Shelter is also sparse on these desert plains. Raptors cannot sweat, so a simple technique they employ to maintain a constant internal temperature is to pant, losing heat through the thinner skin of their mouths and throats. They will stand with their tongues lolling out, in a comical but effective way of keeping cool. Another adaptation raptors have is a fantastic ability to traverse terrain. Raptors are bipedal, with long clawed toes that both spread their weight on the sand and give them unparalleled grip on the ground. Their front legs are nothing remarkable, except perhaps that their forelimbs can be used to grasp at prey. But their hind legs, set far back on their bodies, are heavily muscled and very strong. Raptors use their hind legs to propel themselves remarkable distances, and they have a great head for heights. To help them achieve such impressive leaps, they hold their long, rigid tails stretched out behind them. Their tails also carry several sets of imposing spikes. These vary in size and shape depending on the breed, but are primarily used for defense and attack. Raptors can leap up and use their tails to pull prey and opponents closer to their snapping jaws, and will impale a foe if necessary. Raptor physiology demands high energy to fuel its impressive movements. They favour a diet of fish, with a side helping of protein-rich insects. Their particular fondness for fireflies makes for great training opportunities, as raptors and riders navigate precarious scaffolding in search of these glowing treats. Their large, forward-facing eyes help raptors to pinpoint prey, but also help them to accurately judge distances over which they must jump. Raptor teeth and jaws are adapted to spear and clamp around slippery and evasive prey. Raptors' mouths are lined with tall, sharp, conical teeth, lacking serrations so that they can pierce their food and prevent it from wriggling away. Their snouts are tipped by tapered scales that look similar to a beak, allowing raptors to snap at food with precision and slice it cleanly. Raptor breeding has rocketed to the forefront of modern terrier, ever since Evon Nashblade procured some exotic new breeds for the Black Lion Trading Company. Although raptor scales come in a wide array of colours, newer breeds have been specifically engineered to provide favourable patterns, including stripes and speckles. Breeds such as the Canyon Spiketail or Striped Trihorn even feature modifications to the face, horns and spikes. But for many an adventurer, the first raptor they are likely to encounter will come from one of the ranches in the Crystal Oasis. On the north side of the city of Amnoon is Seeker's Village. Raptor stables are few and far between, and this one, overseen by Axim and Tassa, is perhaps the largest. The stables here house raptors from all over the city. Whilst lodged here, the raptors are tended by dedicated stable masters. Each of the raptors' many needs are taken care of, from food to grooming to training and exercise. The raptor's relationship with others extends beyond beast of burden and transportation to allies in combat and defence. Because of their great intelligence and naturally curious nature, raptors can be trained to perform combat manoeuvres, as well as act as enforcers in a more urban setting. Across the desert, but particularly in the free city of Amnoon, cavaliers employ raptors in their patrols to protect the city. Pacing the streets between the pyramids, these creatures are imposing enough to deter most crime. Further south, forces in King Joko's awakened army also value raptors for their speed and ferocity. Here in Vabi is their encampment. Led by Beastmaster Iranko, her mounted soldiers have perfected the art of necromantic draining. Whilst riding, they can siphon the life force of foes and give their mounts an invigorating boost of energy. When not engaged in battle or training, the squad's mounts are stabled nearby, along with other mounts such as jackals, and tended carefully to maintain their strength and health. Raptors do not seem fazed by their reanimated riders, and adapt perfectly well to any task Iranko's regime requires of them. Whether racing across the sand dunes or pacing the battlefield, carrying messengers and couriers to and from cities and encampments, or patrolling city streets, raptors are adaptable, impressive creatures. From the playful to the battle-hardy, their ability to speed across terrain is eclipsed only by their ability to leap over chasms and canyons. With their playful personalities and intelligence, it's no wonder they are some of the more popular mounts on Tyria.